Welcome back! Every RPG needs some fishing. My canvas size is 32 by 32, but you could probably draw the same thing in 16 by 16. I'm one of the developers working on Dwerve. It's a tower defense dungeon crawler RPG. And if you search Dwerve on Steam, there's a free demo you can play right now. Please wish this and support that indie dream! So to catch a fish, we gotta draw a fishing pole first, right? The player's gonna need to equip it. And I really love how simple this is, but it's iconic. Because a lot of times, if you're doing inventory items or whatever, being iconic is actually better than going for realistic. I was trying to see how Stardew Valley did it, and look, the fishing poles are so basic, man. We can do better than that. I love Stardew Valley, but I think we can kill it. And check this out. This is some clip art that I think is a pretty good reference. All right, let's get started. So how I like to draw is I like to decide how much space my object is going to take up. So for example, we need a handle here. We need the pole to be here. It should probably bend just a little bit. And I do this even when I'm not drawing pixel art, because it's a good way to kind of like decide what the volume, what mass your object is going to take up, right? So that's what we're kind of piecing here. So for this rod to kind of look cool, I think it needs to bend just a little bit more, and then the line for it, right? I think that's what it's called, the fishing line. Fishing, you don't call it a string, right? I don't really fish, but I think it'd be slick if we had it bend like this, and maybe at the end here we had the floaty. I think that's what they're called. And then, so like for example, I could put the I don't know the fish name, the reeler here, but I do think it would look better on this side just because it kind of balances the artwork a little bit better, you know? So here I kind of have all these little things taking up the amount of space that I want them to, and then I can almost, like, I imagine like I'm chiseling away at these things, right? And I'm gonna start deciding what colors I want to give this fishing rod. Fishing pole or fishing rod, which one do you prefer? So I think we want to give it a little bit of thickness, because if we don't give it any sort of thickness, then we can't do any like shading or whatever. And if we want the string to be the thinnest thing, obviously we want to make the rod a little bit thicker. I don't think it would be this thick. Like a real rod, you know, isn't that thick, but the reason we're making it thicker is because, remember, this is just like, it's iconic. So the floaty thing, the way I've seen them is the one that I think is the most iconic. I'm just gonna start drawing over this. I don't need to make layers for this, because this is still kind of like we're just mashing everything together, and then we'll go in and put details. The floaty that I'm really familiar with that is super famous is this one, right? Like, remember, since we're making this into an icon, we might as well do this floaty, which it has red on the bottom and then white near the top. It's but I'm not going to draw it perfectly from the side. I'm going to try to give it some form, a little bit of curvature here, right? So let's try to draw a circle. We could have just used the circle tool, but basically I'm just trying to make this a little bit rounder, and then we can move it around. Oh man, it's so hard to draw round stuff with pixel art, isn't it? I always have trouble with that. So it looks like at the very, very bottom, that's where the hook is. So actually, let me put a little hook. Does that look like a hook? It looks more like a hook, like if this part's a little further away, right? So let's move that. Okay, something like that looks good, and I think the positioning of it is really good too. So I'm going to adjust the I'm gonna adjust the line here so that it looks more natural. I don't want it to have these hard edges, you know? We want it to be very smooth. Look at that. That looks pretty good. Let's smooth this out here a little bit more. And yeah, that line looks really smooth now. Maybe it should have a little bit more curvature there. So when shading, I like to go darker, but I also like to decrease saturation a little bit. Because if you think about it, wherever there's less light, you would have less saturation. All right, so now for the handle, we could do almost any color, right? Like we could do blue, And the good thing about doing blue is it's complementary to the red, but we could also do red because generally in a lot of art, the less colors you use, the more intentional those colors look, which oftentimes gives your piece of artwork almost like a theme, a feel. So I kind of like the idea of creating a red handle here too. It doesn't have to be the exact same red. So what we can do is we could go like maybe a little bit towards purple or a little bit towards orange, but just those colors being close to each other makes it look like there was intention there. But if we made this handle, for example, if we made this handle green, I think that would be a bad combination. And I actually like the orange because it looks a little bit like wood, right? And so even if a person sees this color and imagines it as wood, that's fine because there are wooden handles. I think we need to move the entire handle. You can select a section and hold shift, and then you can add to your selection. So you don't have to use like the lasso tool. I prefer using, when I'm doing pixel art, I prefer using the rectangle selection tool. And what I do is I just press shift to add onto it. So for this handle, let's just round it off a little bit, and then we're going to shade this as well. I'm going to go down and decrease the saturation, and let's shade the bottom of it here. And maybe I'm going to try a couple things. We could do something like that, but that almost looks like you're looking at it from the bottom. Then if we go like this, that looks a lot more like we're looking at it from the side. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. We could add a highlight to this as well, and that will make it look very round. It's very simple to add shading on one side and a highlight on the other to make things look round, but something you can also do is add shading on both sides, and this still makes an object look round. And if you want to add a highlight, depending on how thick the middle is, you can even add a highlight into the center or next to the center. I'm not sure which one I prefer the best, but I think that having a highlight and a shadow on one side is the way to go. So for the extended part of it, I think we need to make this dark gray because it would be metal, right? And I still kind of want to give it a black outline, so I'm just going to put this gray right in the center. So for that bend, I think it might need to be all gray. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the black as an outline. However, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. It's not going to be 100% black. I love giving things outlines, but I think it's fine to have the outline be the same as the color of the object that it's outlining. So for example here, this isn't completely black. It's just a darker gray. And just like with the handle, one side of the outline is darker than the other side. So it makes it look a little bit rounder. I think near the top here though, we need to get rid of that center highlight in order for this to make sense. And for this transition to be a little bit smoother, what I'm going to do is I think it's worth it to fade it here. So something like this kind of fades one into the other. So I think the handle is a little bit too bright. I'm going to select it, and in Aseprite you can go to Edit, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, and then here I'm just going to lower the brightness. Alright, great. I'm going to try a couple different colors for the reel. It might look great if it's red, just because it complements the floaty. So I kind of like the idea of having it be red. They have this little handle on them too. So I think if we do something like that, oh yeah, look at that. Now it looks like it has that little handle that you can grab. What if I made it bigger and gave it color? No. Yeah, no. Yeah! I like it. It looks a little 3D, doesn't it? And then I think I need to shade this a little more. And since it is a mechanical thing, I'm going to add a little bit of gray in there, just so it looks like it has pieces to it. Also, we don't need an outline separating the handle and the rod here because they're connected. So I like to keep the outlines on the outside. So I think I'm going to use gray on this part as well. And you see how now it looks more connected? If we look at the preview, just looks like those pieces are more connected. Okay, I think this is good so far. The shading on this though, I think could go a lot darker. So let's try something like that. There we go. Now it looks more round. They actually have a very weird shape to them. It's so, like with pixel art, you kind of have to just make things up, but check out what they look like. How are you gonna draw that with pixel art? I think you basically just draw a circle and good enough. That's kind of what I love about pixel art, is it's symbolic of the thing, so you don't have to be super good at drawing. We could make this this line white, but I think I'm gonna leave it black. Let's try white though. Like for example with the hook. Do you think having the hook be white looks better? It might, right? And then maybe if we leave it white and we give it an outline, it puts so much contrast and emphasis into that hook. I think it looks kind of good. The reason why I'm not putting an outline on both sides of this hook is because I feel like if we did that, the hook would be way too wide, and we still want to keep it thin. I'm just trying to make it look a little more three-dimensional and give it a little bit of emphasis without it having an outline. And then I'm gonna make this one darker since it's near this this black line. I'm gonna put another one there. It kind of creates a transition. And since these connect, what I could also do is make this black just dark red, since I kind of want, since the hook is coming from the middle. I don't know if that makes sense. I imagine things sometimes like a 3D model in my head, and I try to get people to see that through the pixel art. But pixel art can be misunderstood. It sucks, but sometimes people misunderstand your drawings. So you have to try to make sure that people can't confuse it with something else, you know? Okay, so now let's pick a more light gray color and put a couple of the like loop things that hold. I'm gonna do like 3. I think 3 is good, and I want them to stick out a little bit, and we should probably connect the line to this. So I think something like this. I know that line is perfectly straight, which makes it look kind of bad. It needs to look like it's bending in and out, right? So this, and just that little tweak makes it look like it's hanging. You see that? And then the last one, I think I can remove it. You can even make it look like it's getting tighter sooner. And then it looks like, yeah, it looks like it goes along the pole. Oops, I did 2 layers. You can merge down into a layer. So sometimes I like to draw something, and since I'm not sure I'm going to keep it, I'll do it on another layer. And if I like it, I'll just merge it down. Okay, I think that looks really good with a line. However, I think we could go lighter with this outline. Let me try something. You guys might have noticed that I have a headrest now. I got a new office chair thanks to the Patreon supporters. I want to thank you. You're supporting the indie dream, and I can sit better. I have a prize to give away, so I'm going to spin this wheel, and the first comment that starts with that letter is going to win. Whoa, look at it. And so the prize was this cool pixel art screen that you can display your pixel art on. All you had to do was comment to win. That's all you had to do, guys. So the winner was M. Let's see if there's an M. Oh, there's no M? No. The last one! The last dude. You got it, dude. You win. Mimox new, dude. You are the winner! But we're gonna play some Squid Game here, and on my Patreon, I did the giveaway on my Patreon too, not just my YouTube. So let's see if there's an M here. M. Darn, there's no M there. All right, let's spin one more time for the Patreon. All right, so a D. Is there someone with a D? No. All right. One more time. And the Patreon winner is O. Nobody's got an O. All right. It'll be the first person to have an O in the name. First one doesn't have it. Second one. Wait. Okay. Amy, you win. You are the winner. So now, whichever of you replies back to me first actually gets it. So to finish off this fishing pole, I kind of want to try a different outline, a lighter one. And if you go to the paint bucket tool, and what you can do is, instead of coloring each one of these colors by hand, you can turn off contiguous, and now if I color in a certain color, it changes that color everywhere in the artwork. Did you see that? And it doesn't even have to touch. It can be in different parts of your artwork, and it'll replace all those colors. That's a cool thing you can do in Aseprite. If you want this program, please use the link in my description. I'm not sponsored by them, but I get a tiny little kickback if you use that link. I think this program's like $15-20. It's pretty cheap compared to stuff like Photoshop. And I do like how the fishing rod looks now. I do like it looking lighter. I feel like it you can't see these little things. I think I'm gonna make that even lighter, like white. Oh, you see that? It replaced all three of them because I used the paint bucket tool. I love it, but be careful not to leave it on. You can even give it a tolerance and stuff. Aseprite really does make pixel art easy. I think it's better than Photoshop for pixel art. And once you get this program, I have tutorials on this channel to catch you up to speed. And I think this is almost done. I want to try making the line white, because then, you know, it makes it look, yeah, I think that looks good. I think the line white actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna change that everywhere, because when you think of a line on a fishing rod, it's usually very reflective, right? It like almost shimmers. So I like the idea of making it white. I think it's more fitting. Now, if you want to get fancy with it, all right, if you guys want to get fancy, you can get some gray and gray parts of it out, and this actually will make it look like it has those shimmers. I'm gonna do it. I think it's gonna come out great. I'm gonna go even darker. I don't want to make the contrast too high, because contrast makes things look like they're separate objects, so you got to be careful. Use colors to separate objects instead of just outlines, because with color, our minds just, you know, create these like containers. Look at that. Look at that. It actually looks like the line has shimmers in it, doesn't it? I think we're done. I hope your fishing rod looks just as good. And if you didn't draw one, you can have this one for free. You can use it in your game or whatever you want. I have a free art asset pack on Itch, and there's a link in the description. Feel free to download this and follow me. Up here in the top right corner, there'll be a follow button. Follow me so that you know when I update it. If you want me to see your artwork, give you critique, and maybe even appear in an episode, tag me on Twitter. I'll see you guys next week. Devline.